Do I look like Charlie Puth yet? Probably not. Voicenotes is the newest album released by Charlie Puth. I've been looking forward to reviewing this album because I am kind of hit or miss with Charlie Puth. I like the guy, but there's some songs I'm not completely on board with, so I wanted to see what this album as a whole would do for me and what he is trying to do on a musical level for himself. Now, when Charlie Puth first came onto the scene with the song See You Again, that was great. I thought that was wonderful. Very high-pitched, and I guess it's weird for some guys to hear that on the radio, but everyone fell in love with it because it was part of Fast and Furious franchise. And then as he collaborated with other people, I had some moments where I thought, that's not bad, and then there's other moments like, I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like it fits. It kind of feels like his songs are almost forced to become mainstream songs. Thankfully, I do find some songs that I really love in this album, and then there's a few where I still have those confusing feelings inside, so I had to think a lot, what is either my issue, or what's the thing that I feel like is holding Charlie Puth back from being a great artist? I don't think he's a bad artist at all. Again, I just think his potential could be higher than what I'm perceiving it to be presently. Now, the first 3 songs he's marketed and released as singles are alright. Also, the music videos, I don't know what it is, but I can't get behind his music videos. They're so, I don't know if cheesy is the right word, or if, I don't know. I'm not trying to criticize him. It's just what is put forth that I'm trying to figure out what might be an issue and how it can be tweaked in order to make it great, because I think he has fantastic potential. The latest song that's marketed as a single is actually the first song on this album. It's called The Way I Am. And listening to this album, that being the first song, I was floored. It's not the most complex song or most innovative, but it has some vibes that get you moving and going and just makes you happy. He does a better job of the collaborations, but namely 2 of them. He does a wonderful a cappella R&B collaboration with Y.E.S with the song If You Leave Me Now. And then he actually manages to get James Taylor on a song called Change. I liked the experimentation with that one. I really did. And the awesome thing is, he's actually produced this entire album. I don't know if he got help or not, but I know that he pretty much produced this entire album. So he does have talent in that regard. So listening to this album, I almost thought that, some of the production and some of the styles of many of the songs in this album, because I think the majority of this album is better than the ones that I don't really like, but the majority of this album, he experiments with other kinds of genres or subgenres, and it almost feels like he doesn't belong in our decade. It almost feels like his music belongs in the 2000s rather than the 2010s. He is here now, but couldn't he choose different songs, not just to have on the album, but to put out and market so that we can have something more good on the radio stations. So I don't really know what to do or say about that, because it almost feels like he's forced to be in this box that isn't necessarily labeled anything specific. So I feel like he needs to open himself to a genre rather than just be called pop music. He should explore more R&B or explore more singer-songwriter, or maybe more of this kind of, well, sort of an 80s vibe that I got from this album, because I'd say about 3/4 of this album, and I want to hear more from him. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 94%, creativity 88%, expression and lyrics 81%, I'm going to give this album a good. His very last song, Through It All, I know he's kind of talking more about love in that album, but he uses the line, "I've been through it all." Charlie, you probably are going through a lot more than I have for, a music industry perspective. I just make these videos, but trust me, I think you need to go through some more in order to find what defines you as an artist. I don't think you're doing bad, but I think you can do far better, because I want you to continue to stretch yourself and become one of the better artists that are out there, because I think we're lacking at the moment, as far as mainstream music is concerned. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and remember, click right here to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment. That'll make you say yes.